Well, that house is pretty much destroyed now. Well, good afternoon, guys. Look what we did today. We got the pool cover off, and actually it doesn't look that bad inside. There is some algae on the bottom on the right hand side and like kind of around the edges, but hopefully we'll be able to get that taken care of. So maybe we'll get one more year out of this, well, one more season anyway. Later today I'll show you guys around the garden again, and the strawberries and the fruit trees. But first, I am shooting a video about another RV accessory that we've got. So I'm going to go do that now, and I'll catch up with you guys in a little bit. All right, I just got finished shooting the video for this RV accessory, and I'm heading up to the camper now to try to install it on the door. Oops, did I just give away the hint? Or did I actually just give away what this is? Look who's with me today. It's Shell. There's our camper that we hardly ever get to use this year. I feel like I've made so many trips up here and have not really camped. Well, guys, the one thing that I was concerned about was this railing hitting the lock, but it doesn't. We're good to go. Yeah, works really good. Very pleased with it so far. I got something eating these strawberries already. I think it's a mouse, but it could be a slug or slugs. I'm not sure yet. Anyway, this is what the berries look like right now. I got some, those will be picked tomorrow. I'm hoping that I can get a bunch of them at once so that we can make some stuff with it. We've been talking about some strawberry ice cream, strawberry preserves, all the typical strawberry stuff you'd make in the early summer. Let's see. So the pool doesn't look too bad. It's dirty and it has, I think, mustard algae in there. So we got to get some mustard algae treatment for it. And one of our hoses busted last year. We forgot about that, so we don't have one to hook up. So I'm gonna have to go out tomorrow and get one. Man, that sun is harsh. But I got the filter hooked up. Just that one hose needs to be hooked up, then put some DE in it. Yeesh. Then we can be swimming next weekend, right, Michelle?
Yeah.
It's just like a resort. Well, guys, it's been a while since I actually filmed, but look, I've actually got some cherries on this tree. That is amazing. I don't know if these are ripe or not, but I'm gonna pick the first one. Take a look at that. And the birds are kind of going crazy. There's a lot of cherries actually in here that could be picked if they haven't destroyed them all. But then the sour cherry tree, it's actually looking pretty good. They gotta get like a red color. Well, this one was not ripe yet. It's got some sweetness to it. I have been so busy with work, I haven't had an opportunity to do any filming. There's another one. Usually the sour cherries come in before the strawberries. Oh, that one fell right off. Whoops. I just spit the cherry seed out and hit the camera. Well, my phone. Man, I might have to come down here and start picking some tomorrow. Hopefully the birds don't get them all. Go see what the apple tree is doing. Oh yeah, we got some apples. I know they're getting curculio damage now. There was nothing on here like 4 days or a week ago, but I haven't sprayed them. Yeah, see all this right here? That's curculio damage. That's going to lead to scar facing or cat facing on the apples, unfortunately. Because I didn't spray them. Didn't think we were going to have any problems with them this year because I didn't see any damage early on. Dang it. That's my fault. No blueberries yet. Getting there. But tomorrow, Friday, I think we're going to be picking enough strawberries to actually use them for something. See, we got some red ones. Some over there too. I have to admit, I have been picking them and eating them. So we did have more, but I just couldn't resist. See, for example, see that one right there? I think I need to pick that one and eat it. What do you guys think? Look at that berry. Give you guys a quick look at the garden. I still have not planted the green beans. Everything's looking up pretty good. The Swiss chard is getting pretty nice. Once it reaches about 1.5 feet high, we can actually start picking that. I don't know what this celery is doing. I think the thing that's doing the best right now are these Brussels sprouts. They seem to be liking the weather real nice. It is really, really raining hard and it is hailing out. There was large marble-sized hail hitting the deck. Gosh. Such crazy weather. Boom. Man, this is some crazy thunderstorm. Well, good afternoon, everyone. It is an absolutely beautiful day out today. It's in the mid-70s. There's a little bit of a chill in the air with the breeze, but otherwise it's pretty nice. I thought I would do another vlog today at the house and at the camper. I've got one thing that I need to do at the camper, and I'm not going to do an instructional video on that because it's pretty easy job, not a whole lot to do, I hope. But anyway, I will take you guys along with me, and also we have a special guest today joining us, and you guys will get to see him shortly. But first, we have strawberries. We have not a lot of strawberries, we have a decent amount of strawberries, so I figured the first thing I'm going to do with those is make some strawberry ice cream. So I'm going to make a strawberry vanilla base, and then we'll add the strawberries later. But it's a custard base, so we are going to need to process that now, put it in the refrigerator for a couple hours so that it gets cool, and then we can put it in the ice cream machine and make some strawberry ice cream. I'll show you guys how we do it. Those of you who have been watching the channel for a while, you guys know that I like gadgets. Well, I have a gadget to make ice cream too. And instead of having to freeze something to make ice cream, it's in this cabinet right here, and I'm going to show you guys what it is. It's right there. So there it is. This is our gelato by Lello. It's an Italian company. And this is our ice cream maker. Get a wide angle shot of that for you guys. So anyway, there's no need to freeze anything with this. It has its own freezer built into it. So you just fill the ingredients up in here. Oh, say hi.
Hi.
She's watching over me. It's like what?
It's like a Ben & Jerry's pint size.
Yeah, it doesn't make a lot of ice cream at one time, but in 30 minutes you can have about that much ice cream. And the best part about it is, if you are so inclined, you can keep making ice cream. So you just clean this out, put the ice cream into a container, put it in the freezer, and then just put your ingredients in here and keep going, because the freezer will keep working as long as the compressor is working. It's very simple. It's just got a timer and a start and stop. And that's it. It also counts down right there. But it does a very good job of making ice cream. There's a little paddle. The motor is right inside here, connects to that, and that's all there is to it. It does have this little dispenser here for putting like hard ingredients in while the ice cream is processing. We rarely use it because the opening is so small. You're lucky if you can fit an M&M through that thing. Yeah. All right, let's get started on the ice cream base. So there are about 50 million different kinds of ice cream base recipes. The one that I've been using recently, or actually for quite a long time when I got this ice cream book for Christmas, is the Ben & Jerry's Ice Cream and Dessert book. And it basically has a bunch of different recipes for their ice cream that you can buy in the stores. We never really make any of them per se. I just basically use the vanilla ice cream base. So anyway, they have 3 different kinds of sweet cream bases. The one that I use is this one. And it has mostly heavy whipping cream, 2 large eggs, 3/4 cups of sugar, and 1 cup of milk. I use whole milk, organic if possible, because I think it tastes better, to be honest with you. And if you read these ingredients, it says whisk the eggs in a mixing bowl until light and fluffy, 1 to 2 minutes. Whisk in the sugar a little at a time, then continue whisking until completely blended, about 1 minute more. Pour in the cream and milk and whisk to blend. Makes 1 quart. Now, I don't know if you guys noticed something or not, but this has eggs in it, and there is no cooking involved on this recipe. Now, you can do that if you'd like, but we don't. We cook it, and the good thing about cooking it is you can get the custard base really, really awesome this way by cooking it. It brings out the flavor in the egg, just makes a much deeper ice cream flavor. But there's one ingredient that is not listed here that I always put in our ice cream bases, and that is guar gum or xanthan gum. That's a natural product. You see it probably in all store-bought ice cream. What that does is it changes the texture and the mouthfeel of the ice cream. If you don't put it in there, your ice cream is going to taste like icy and gritty. If you use just the right amount, you will get the perfect ice cream that is just amazing. I can't stress that ingredient enough. And it doesn't take much at all. The first time I ever used it, I think I put like a half a teaspoon in it, and the ice cream came out like chewing gum. You could literally stretch it and wrap it around your finger. It was the most bizarre thing. Needless to say, I had to throw it out because it tasted disgusting. Well, it tasted okay, but again, the mouthfeel, it was like literally chewing gum. But it wasn't gum, it was ice cream. So that's kind of strange. But anyway, actually, after I had done that, I actually saw on television that over in Japan, they actually make ice cream like that and serve it on the street. So it's kind of like I don't know if it's not a delicacy over there, but it is a way that they serve ice cream in Japan. So anyway, let's get started on the ingredients. By the way, guys, I am still doing keto. Yes, I'm going to have a little bit of this ice cream, But I think I've lost about 9 pounds in 2 weeks. Tomorrow is the start of week 3 since I've been hitting this keto diet really, really hard. I've got about another 5 weeks before we go on vacation. So my goal is another 10 pounds maybe. I think I can do it. I'm gonna try. I'm doing really good, but things like this, but I won't eat a whole lot of it. I just want to make it for the family and so that they can enjoy it. So, just want to let you guys in on that little secret. So let's get the ingredients in the pot and get it cooking. Okay guys, nothing fancy here today with the camera. Overhead shot or anything like that. I'm just going to use this camera here. But anyway, we're going to start with 3/4 of a cup of granulated sugar. I'm using organic sugar. It doesn't really matter, I don't think. This has a little bit more of a caramel taste to it. But anyway, I'm going to put that right into a pot. Notice I'm starting with the dry ingredients so that I don't have to clean out the measuring cup. 2 cups of heavy whipping cream. And let me tell you, this does not have any shortage of fat and deliciousness in it. And last but not least in the wet ingredients, we have a cup of whole milk. And by the way, the recipe calls for 2 large eggs. The eggs that I have are really large, and I'm only going to put 1 in. So, already deviating from the recipe. In it goes. Alright guys, I hope the audio sounds okay, because I'm not using my wireless mic. But anyway, so I'm going to whisk this all up. Make sure it all gets nice and incorporated. Let me add a little bit more light. See if that helps a little bit. Make sure that that egg is all destroyed and whipped in here really good. And you can see this part of the recipe is super easy. Alright, now the next step is just to put it on some heat. And I'm going to cook it over like medium to medium high, or I'm sorry, medium to medium low. Because you don't want it to burn. This can actually burn very quickly once everything gets hot on the bottom of it. And we have pretty nice pots and a decent stove, so I'm going to let this start to heat up, and then I will get back to you guys when it is the next step. Stay tuned. It'll be only a second. So guys, while we're waiting for that to heat up, I figured I'd show you these strawberries. These are the ones I picked 2 days ago, and we got a bit of a pest problem down there. I don't know if you guys can see that. There is an insect that I've never seen before, ever, on strawberries. It's very weird. It looks like a teeny tiny praying mantis. And there's a lot of them, and I don't think they're baby praying mantis. But anyway, so I need to deal with those, but I think I have enough strawberries here to make the strawberry ice cream. So we gotta process these, get them cleaned up, and then we're gonna put them in a container along with some lemon juice, if I have lemon juice. I don't know if I do. And a 1/3 cup of sugar, and we'll kind of like smash it all up and then put it in the refrigerator and let that do its thing for a while. And then that'll get added to the strawberry or the ice cream mixture later. When it's in the freezer. So yeah, let's get started on this. So Michelle's gonna kill me because I'm using a bunch of containers that I really shouldn't have to. Like this one here. We have a trash compactor right here, so I really didn't need to dirty this, but sorry, hon. Love you. We definitely don't have as many strawberries as I had hoped, and there is a lot of damage from the late freeze that we had. But we are getting berries. They're not especially large, although this is the first time that we've grown this variety of strawberries, so I don't know how big they're actually supposed to get. I think it said medium to large berries. I guess that's a medium-sized berry. I would say that's kind of small. What do I know? Like I said before, I'm not a farmer. Trying to get the most ripe berries for this, because they should have the most intense flavor. By the way, these strawberries, they taste pretty good. Most of them are pretty sweet. I wouldn't say that they're super sweet. And the strawberry flavor is, on some of them it's kind of muted, on others it's very good. So it's kind of luck of the draw with that. But the thing about homegrown strawberries that I love so much is you can just like pull the stem right off. It comes off so easy. And they're very juicy. What did I say the directions say? A pint of strawberries? Yeah, a pint of strawberries. I don't know. I guess that's a pint. Close enough for me. A lot of times it actually has a little bit too much strawberry in the ice cream, so we'll just go with that. And what I'm going to do is just clean these up a little bit. A couple that were kind of funky from those stupid insects. And by the way, I did look the insects up online, like the pests of Maryland as far as strawberries go. Nothing online that I could see that looked like them. So but it doesn't surprise me. It's probably some new imported pest from a foreign country. Seems like we get those every year around here. We're dealing with the Oriental lanternfly now, which is destroying a lot of native plants and trees. Those things are nasty if you've ever seen them. Look them up. Our viewers up in Pennsylvania probably know about it because a couple years ago everybody was freaking out about them up there. Because they're something to be freaked out of, or freaked out about. But yes, they are down here in Maryland now. I haven't seen one yet. But if I do, I will be sure to destroy them very quickly. Alright, I think we're done with this. Our cream mixture is over here behind you, heating up, getting quite warm. And I don't have any towels here, or paper towels. I'll be back. Okay, it's been about, I guess about 8 minutes or so. I don't know if you can see, but it's starting to boil. I'm going to turn the heat down a little bit more here because it's going to start going crazy here shortly. Air gets incorporated into that a little bit and it starts bubbling over. Now if this was a vanilla ice cream, I would now add vanilla to the sweet cream base, and then you could just freeze it like this. Or if you were doing chocolate, this is where you would add the chocolate. But we're just going to use a sweet cream base because we are going to be adding strawberry to it. But before this is finished, I'm adding the guar gum that I was telling you about. And I have a little baggie of this stuff that I got from a natural food store. And I kid you not, that is about all that I'm going to use. I'm probably actually going to use less than that. Right there. Maybe even less, I don't know. It's been a while since I did this, so I'm going to go with that, and it's very little. But anyway, I'm going to go ahead and incorporate that in. Just kind of dust it in there. And guar gum, all the gums seem to thicken up as they cool down rather rapidly. But I'm going to get this good and stirred in here, and then I'm going to start doing the back of the spoon test to see if I've got the right thickness that I'm looking for. Now I'm just going to let it cook down for a few more minutes, and let's see if it thickens up. See you guys in a bit. Show you guys an overhead view real quick. It's starting to thicken up a little bit. I'm thinking I might have to add just a teeny tiny little bit more of guar gum to the base here. We'll see. By the way, I tasted it. It is awesome. It is so delicious. If you've never had homemade custard or custard ice cream, oh my gosh, it is quite delicious. Okay guys, I decided to add just a little bit more guar gum, and when I say a little bit more, I mean just a teeny tiny bit, because like I said, you can go overboard with that and you've got chewing gum. This is almost there. I'll show you guys with the spoon test here in a minute. Okay guys, I think this is about ready. Sometimes when I do this, if I put a little bit too much guar gum in it, it starts getting like pudding. And that's okay too, because I think when this cools off, it'll probably be near perfect. That's what I'm kind of hoping. But anyway, so here's the spoon. You can see it's kind of thickened up. If I do the back of the spoon, it's pretty thick. So now the next thing to do is just to let this come off the heat, and we'll let it cool down before we put it in the refrigerator, because it is quite hot right now. So I'll put a lid on it because it will get a skin over the top of it, unfortunately. I have to mix that back in. But after that, we're ready to put it in the ice cream freezer, but we have to deal with the strawberries. I don't have lemon juice, so I have to go out to the store and try to find it. I remember when I was looking for lemons a couple weeks ago, because of the pandemic, I couldn't find lemons anywhere. So anyway, I do have to do that. And I'm going to head up to the camper now too and do what I need to do up there, and I'll pick the lemons up while I'm out there. All right, so we're up at the camper finally. Hopefully we have enough daylight to do what I want to do. And like I said, I have a special guest with me. There he is. It's Garrett.
Hi.
Somehow he found his way here from the West Coast.
I went for a walk one day and I appeared here on this camper lot. I don't know how it happened.
Notice he still has the COVID haircut going. Yeah.
Not much longer. It's getting cut soon.
Yep. All right, so let's get this thing on the road so we can get this all done. Okay, so I pulled this from the basement. It's just been sitting on the floor down there. It connects to the surge guard via an RJ11 telephone type connector there, or yeah, it's like kind of Ethernet. Anyway, so we're gonna put that up here, like right about there. So need to cut a hole in the wall here and then run the cable down stairs from up here. That's not the hard part. Cutting the hole, that's the hard part. And by the way, they never send you screws to connect all this stuff to the wall with these things. I don't understand it. What I need is 4 tiny little screws that are tapered so that they can fit flush behind this mounting plate or remote control panel plate, whatever you want to call it. Anyway, all right, let's cut a hole. All right guys, so we're finished, sort of. There it is. Actually, it's not attached completely. I need to be able to pull this back out because I got to put 4 screws in here, and it needs just a little bit of adjustment on level. But anyway, that doesn't look too bad, I guess. That's our little control panel area. Got solar controller, the inverter, remote or information center, and then now of course the surge guard remote display. Okay, so I forgot to film a step, but here's the strawberries next to the sponge. Here's the strawberries. I added about 5 tablespoons of sugar, and I added about half a teaspoon of lemon to this, and I kind of squished up the strawberries a little bit. I'm going to put these in the refrigerator and let them sit for at least an hour, and then the ice cream base is actually in the refrigerator right now cooling off. It should be ready in about an hour or 2, and then we'll go ahead and make some ice cream. All right, everybody is clamoring for some dessert, so we are going to go ahead and plug this in and get it frozen so that we can make some ice cream. So now it's going to just start making that thing cold. Alright guys, so I mashed up the strawberries. This thing is ice cold now. Super cold in there. And we've got our sweet cream base here. You can see how thick it got. And the skin on top, I'm just going to mix it up in there, hopefully. And there won't be any chunks of it in there. Just make it nice and smooth. I'm going to have to put the camera down a minute to pour this in. There you go. Look how thick that got. That's all from the guar gum and the egg and the sugar, I guess. Alright. Show you guys this in a second. Alright guys, I stirred in the strawberries. There it is. So let's make some ice cream. Okay, in 35 minutes, we'll check on it. Okay, here we are at about 11 minutes in. That's what we got going on. I just came out here to take a look at this sunset. Check it out. Awesome. That's better now that I clean the lenses off.
Alright, yep. Put it where, what works.
Well guys, about another 10 minutes has passed. We got 16 minutes to go before this should be finished. And let's see if I can show you guys what it looks like now. Let me turn the light off in here a minute. There we go. Guess you can see that a little better. It is churning away. And by the way, if you're going to meet us at Pyroland in Myrtle Beach, I'm going to take this ice cream machine with me as well, and you guys can have some fresh made ice cream. Yeah, maybe. We'll see. Doesn't that look kind of creepy? It almost reminds me of the movie The Blob. Blob. See the chunks of the strawberries floating around in the ice cream? Check that out, guys. We have ice cream. Check out this texture, guys. Look at that. It is definitely a custard. Perfect. Now I want to put this in the freezer and everybody's going to attack it, let me tell you, before it even has a chance to harden, when I think it's the best. But some people like it when it's soft like this. There we go. Strawberry ice cream. Well, here's a little glass full of my ice cream that I made. I'm going to have a little bit of it. It's actually really good. Has a sort of a weird smell to it, but it's good.